all you crazy cats and kittens. Welcome back to my chaos. This is just the upstairs, by the way. There's a whole 800 square foot basement. And guess what? My death pile is back. It's back. Within reason. I have not been on in a couple weeks, and the reason why is I am overwhelmed, and I did it to myself. I know you guys are going through the exact same thing, so I thought I would bring to you the 5 types of overwhelm, how to identify them, work towards fixing them, and yeah, you guys can help me clean up my chaos mess. Let's get to it. I'm coming to you raw, okay? No makeup, got my shorts on, my oversized tee, and I just want to clean and identify these different types of overwhelm and work with you guys on how to do better, be better, and become better people. Every day, all day, that's what we do. So I'm gonna start off really fast before we get working on the mess. Give me 30 seconds here. Okay, first, imagine you're at a manufacturing plant, right? Let's say it's Coca-Cola bottles, and there's a little like conveyor belt, and something goes wrong. Then what happens is all the bottles get like pushed back on the line, and then there's just like glass everywhere, everything's falling, and there's somebody in the background screaming, and there's soda pop everywhere, ants start coming, chaos ensues. Now, imagine that they just let that happen, and the chaos just keeps going and going and going and going, and everyone has lost their ever-loving mind, and Coca-Cola never comes out again, and you never get to have your Coke Zero, and you cry. Now, imagine that being your system. Imagine you keep sourcing. You keep buying stuff and just jamming it in, and nothing's coming out the outside. You're not making any money, but you're accumulating. You're adding more and more things. So here's the thing. Once you hit that overwhelm, once there's that overwhelm, that chaos that is ensuing, and you don't figure out the bottleneck, right? You don't see where in the line that Coca-Cola bottle issue is happening. You're in the back, you're like, oh, they're falling, and all you do is you just keep picking up the Coca-Cola bottles, and you don't find the point in which is causing the chaos to ensue. You will never fix your problem. So that's a weird story to bring us to what we're talking about. Hopefully that made some sort of sense. As I'm cleaning, we're gonna talk about how to identify where you are in your overwhelm with these 5 different types of overwhelm, and see if we can start to pinpoint an area in which a bottleneck is happening. Step 1, decision overwhelm. When you have just way too many freaking options, I only shop at Trader Joe's for my groceries. And the reason being, if I go into Trader Joe's and I want ketchup, there's one ketchup. If I want a mustard, one mustard. I went to Kroger the other day. Guess how many ketchup and mustards there are there? A whole aisle. There's a whole aisle of ketchups and mustards. That is not a joke. That is insane. Let's say you get downstairs and your death pile is absolutely insane, and there's so many different things. You gotta organize this, organize that, clean that, put away this. If there's too much going on, you know what happens? You shut down. Your brain just like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go sit on the couch where it's cozy and it's safe, and I'm going to scroll through 10,000 videos on Netflix and never pick one. And if I do, I'm gonna go back to New Girl or The Office. I'm gonna give you a little bit of an example. I picked up all of these shoes out of a storage unit, and I was like, okay, what do I do? Like, I gotta clean all these, I gotta go through them. I'm not a shoe person, by the way. This is not really my thing unless it's like clean and perfect. These ones are actually a little dirty, but in pretty great shape. But I'm not a shoe person. It's not what I do. So instead of cleaning all of these and putting a bunch of time and effort into them, because our stuff on eBay is perfect. We do our very best to clean every item. And when it comes to whatnot, not so much. It's, hey dude, this is what you get. You see it on the video. I'm starting my bids off at $5. You want it? You don't want it? Cool beans, you clean it, because I don't wanna. The decision I decided to go forward with is, what is the path of least resistance for moving these items? And that was for me to put them on Whatnot. So what I am currently doing is I am taking a photo for the front image just to show people what I'm gonna be showing. I am in no way, shape, or form good at Whatnot. Okay, I want this to be a very aggressive disclaimer. Cassandra is not good at Whatnot, but I'm learning. I could spend a bunch of time on this stuff and make more money, but currently my goal is to not make money, make friends. That's the truth. I already got that one in there. Oh my gosh, this is cool. Can you see there's like a little hologram? It's got the thing over top of it still so it doesn't get gross. But look at that, isn't that cool? There's a little guy in there jumping around. Okay, all right, I think this is good. It shows enough of the shoes. All right, let me snap a pic. All right, is this good? I don't know. Nobody's perfect. I'm just trying to make money. All right, cool. So this is good, right? Ready for a real life example? Here you go. Decision overwhelm. I had a jumbo stack of boys' clothing, which was what, Nike, Adidas, I don't know, blah, 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 a bunch of cute stuff, but not my thing. Again, that's not what I sell on eBay. The beauty of Whatnot, what did I do? I went, you know what? I'm overwhelmed with this pile. I don't want to process it and put it on eBay. It's not worth my time and energy. I decided, boom, I'm gonna do a Whatnot show. So I went online, I had the stack, I put it on my table, I hit the go live button on Whatnot, and I got rid of everything except for 2 shirts.
Nice. Nice.
I don't like to spend too much time being overwhelmed, especially when it comes to a decision, hence why I buy all of my groceries at Trader Joe's, because there's one option. The more options that I have, the more overwhelmed I get. So what am I gonna do with all of this stuff? Do I wanna comp them? Do I wanna make sure they're real? Do I wanna do this? Do I wanna do that? And I was like, you know what? No, I'm just gonna throw them up on Whatnot, and those people that specialize in this are gonna have an opportunity, and I am going to be able to move past this decision fatigue. Something to remember: a mediocre decision made quickly is better than a perfect decision made never. So you just gotta keep on trucking, baby. Keep on moving forward. Next up, we have task overwhelming. My personal favorite, bane of my existence, because I am the type of person that does not have a chill mode. I like to take on as much as humanly possible at all times. Sometimes it just feels so overwhelming and I just want to punch a wall or cry over a latte. You know what I'm saying? When do I have time to do the laundry or clean the shower? I swear, man, I swear. It's like got awful glare. Okay, there's no glare there. It's not the cutest photo, but it gets the job done, right? Move on forward, get it done, keep it going. When it comes to being a reseller, your job is every job, right? So everything feels important. Everything feels like it needs to get done ASAP, and everything is important. Nothing can be delayed or pushed off. You need a photo, you need a list, you need to source, and it's overwhelming the amount of tasks that you need to complete to be able to honestly do anything. Oh my God, this is so funny. Look at it's a cat's front and a cat's butt. Sick, dude. Business in the front, party in the back. Also, do I look like Quasimodo? There's that better. I should stop slouching my back. Okay, done. But for real, I have been pushing this off for so long, taking these photos and doing the show, because I didn't have enough time to be able to load everything in here. Like for me, I decided to take on 8,000 things and want to become a YouTube creator and do Instagram and being a mom and a hella good wifey. Oh, my latte is getting cold. Okay, I got my latte. Back to talking about productive things. Damn. My order, by the way, is a grande latte with vanilla sweet cold foam. Try it. It's the best. It's the best. That's my little sweet treat for doing good as a human being. But yeah, I took on so much, and that's why I haven't posted in the last couple weeks, because I've just been so overwhelmed with everything going on. And instead of burning myself out, I knew I needed to kind of pull back. With all 5 of these different types of overwhelm, you have to choose your battles. The big question, how do we fix this? And I'm going to tell you what I do when I get beyond overwhelmed with the amount of tasks that I have going on. I choose what are the big tasks, what are the ones that are most important that will move everything else forward. Even if some get dropped off, I might not be able to fold laundry for 3 days. Okay? I have to accept that and be okay with that being my life, and then I'm going to live in filth and squalor. We're all normal human beings. I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. Don't frickin' judge me. I have to be okay with the fact that I need to move these other things forward. Yesterday I have not gotten a YouTube video posted, and that is a very important thing to me. Of all the things, minus being a mom, this is definitely the most important thing to me. I can't let that fall by the wayside, my friends. I cannot let that go. So I had to decide, cancel my Whatnot show for the day. I needed to reduce my sourcing time, because Thursdays and Friday are my sourcing times. I had to cut those bad boys back and only do a couple hours this morning. Dropped off the baby to grandma, and I got 2 hours of time to clean my workspace and film a video. So how can you do this? You can write down a list if you want to of all your tasks that you have to do. I know, the damn lists never end. But what you can do is you can go back through this list, and I've done this many, many times. I do this probably once a month. You can write down anything that is urgent or things that need to be done that you don't really have the choice of, right? Like grocery shopping or, you know, cleaning the poop stains off the side of the toilet, whatever it is. You write down the things that are most important and then choose the one thing. And I've talked about this in the past, and I will never stop talking about this. You choose the one thing, the thing that is most important to you. As of right now, mine is making this video for you guys. And don't overwhelm yourself. Don't go, I can't not do this, or this, or my life is gonna explode, and I'm a loser, and I can't afford to do anything in life, and blah. Stop it. Choose one thing that day that you would like to accomplish and be graceful with yourself. Something that my husband and I realized, that there's so little time in the day that we can't do 20 different tasks. So if we're like, okay, we're gonna do a cleaning day, that's that day. The day is a cleaning day. Don't overwhelm yourself. Don't be like, if I can't do all of these things, I'm a loser. Just trust me, choose your one thing and start there. Once that is done, everything will just start rolling, baby. You'll just start accomplishing so many things, and then you're gonna be like, oh my God, I'm amazing. I am the coolest person in the whole entire world, and I just got so much stuff done. Watch me, watch out world. This is so cute. Isn't that cute? So I'm gonna do the shoe show, and then I'm also gonna do a show with needlepoint. I'm so excited. Of all of them, shoes suck. Needlepoints rule. Look at that with the kitties. The kitties drinking milk. Nathan brought this one home for me. He's been finding them everywhere. I want to do this one for myself, but I can't because I got no time and I take on too many things. But shoot, that brings me to my next one, and that is time overwhelm, baby. Overwhelm. Look at that unicorn. Time overwhelm is literally insane, and I'm going to say is probably one of the top ones that I have a struggle with. And that's just because of the fact that I feel like there's never enough time in a day to be able to get everything that you need to get done. So this really goes alongside the tasks, right? So the tasks are the overwhelming things that you need to get done, but then I don't have enough time to get all of the things done. Boom, boom, they work really nicely together. It's like you try to cram more and more things into your time, and then what happens is like you're overwhelmed by the amount of tasks. When you do that, is that you start to let things go, and things aren't done with a quality standard that you need them to be done with. Time and tasks, they literally go hand in hand. I have so much jewelry, dude. It's insane. I got 50 pounds of random jewelry for $100. $100? I don't know where to put it though. This is a ring sizer, by the way. You're overbooked, you're running late, you got too much going on. There's always so many things that are gonna pull you in 100 different directions that you're never gonna have time to rest or do the things you actually should be doing to push things forward. Time is your life currency and you can't print more. So how do we fix it? Time blocking, baby. Time blocking. Also saying no. Having the ability to say, no, that is not where my time is most valuable in this current state of life. You need to block out time for the activities that are most important and will push forward your life in a direction that you see in your future. This is a mixture of manifesting, remembering that the time and energy that you put out there is never refundable. So you really need to make sure that you say yes to the things that bring you life and bring you positivity and energy, and really just cut off the things that don't put you on a path to the future that you want. You really need to be selfish in a way that in the big picture really isn't selfish. You will come out a better person in the end by saying no now. Saying no allows me to not only protect my time, but my family and my child and my business. You don't need more time. You just need to have better boundaries. So many jewels. Okay, that's cute. For the ladies. Cute. Is this a little tiara? I'm a reselling princess. I have really come to love doing jewelry pulls, dude. Love it. With those boundaries is going to come really finding the joy and the energy and the love for your life. I feel like I'm going like this a lot, but I think that's just because I'm like trying to suck in the abundance of life. Speaking of time, you guys remember that double rainbow video?
Double rainbow. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. What does this mean?
Talk about double watch all the way. Double your time. I bet you the commercial was like, double your time with this double-faced watch. Be the cool guy in the crowd. That's pretty sick though. I'm gonna put that to the side. These are all watches over here that I've been pulling out because dudes love their watches. The next one is information overwhelm. And this one's a doozy. And I don't think there's a single person in the world that is not dealing with this, unless you're like a tribe that is untouched from civilization. There's like some dude on a boat that's like trying to come to you and you're like, no, get away from me. You know, luckily we're kind of getting out of the whole like hustle culture. Either you're one of those types of people that are like obsessed with learning new things and trying new things, or you're someone that is just really content and happy with just having a very basic life. And if you're one of those people, you're still dealing with it. Shoot, you buy a freaking vacuum cleaner or a dishwasher and it's got 8,000 freaking settings. And then you have to go on YouTube and you start spiraling down into this crazy world. You're always getting information just smashed into your face. And if you're a reseller, if you're watching this and you are a reseller, dude, how many courses are there? How many people on here are trying to sell you how to do this better or that better? And I get it, dude. Hustle, make a dollar. How many different platforms can you have until you have no money left in your bank account? Like, it's insane. I ain't judging, dude. I subscribe to multiple of them because they make my life better, right? It's the type of information that I have decided that I find valuable and worth my time, right? That time currency. The time that I'm going to give them is going to be able to give me back something tenfold. I have to say this. If you have notifications on your phone for like every single platform, especially social media, like YouTube and Instagram or whatever it is, whatever, turn them off. Dude, turn them off. I don't get messages for anything. I have decided at this point in my life, my time, my life, my energy, whatever you want to call it, is better suited living in the moment and doing what I need to do in front of me. So I do not have any notifications on my phone unless I sell something on eBay, get a message on eBay, because that is crucial. And I do like to respond to my customers as soon as possible because that pays my electricity bill. If not, other than that, I don't get a single notification on my phone, text and a phone call. That's it. Literally nothing else. And the moment that I shut all that off, and the moment I stopped wearing my Apple Watch, and I stopped allowing the outside world to decide what it wants to suck out of me, the information that it wants to throw at me, it's with all of those text messages and all of that stuff, it's just throwing information at your face all the time, trying to steal your time. Like I said, this is all it all kind of works together, right? The information is stealing your time, which is then creating more tasks with the information it's giving you, and blah, blah, blah. So what can you do? What can you do to stop this from happening, to stop all of these things from just throwing so much information at you and then sucking your time away? I highly recommend that you do a information detox. If you want to learn something new, just make sure that whatever thing that you're choosing to learn is either going to buy you back time, make you better, or just stroke something in your brain that just makes you a better person or makes you feel really, really good about yourself, and it's not illegal, okay? Don't do weird illegal things. The beauty about all of this information and choosing what it is that you want to invest your brain juice into is the more that you learn, the faster you'll be able to take on other things. There's one more of the overwhelms that we all deal with. No one can escape it, and that is the emotional overwhelm. Let's just talk about emotional overwhelm while I drink my latte and snuggle my puppy. Emotional overwhelm to me is definitely the hardest one, I would say. I'm gonna get real with you, okay? Emotional overwhelm is the one that I struggle with the most. You go through all of the overwhelms, right? The time, the tasks, the information, all of it. And what does it do? It drains the crap out of your emotional energy that you have left. So then you're emotionally overwhelmed, right? There's stress, there's anger, there's frustration, there's happiness, there's all of it. And normally when you give too much towards one thing, everything works backwards. It's the yin and the yang trying to take on so much stuff, because you can't do so much without it really starting to affect your emotions. And that's where burnout comes into play. And burnout is a bastard. You start to feel shame and guilt about your chaos and your mess, even though that mess and that chaos is what's creating your future, and you had to choose tasks to move something forward and you weren't able to handle things, but then you have that emotional guilt for not cleaning up, so you feel like a filth goblin. You really start to like feel overwhelmed and guilty about all of these different things that are going on. Like a death pile, you walk in and you just feel guilty when you look at all of the stuff, and items hold energy, and that energy sucks out your emotions with every touch that you give it and every look that you glance at it. And that just really starts to cause like anger and frustration and anxiety and depression at some points. Depression is just the need for deep rest. I don't deal with depression very often anymore because of the fact that I started to learn a couple little tips and tricks that really keep me away from depression and burnout. Sometimes the emotions are bigger than the problem. Like you spiral out of control and turn into a crazy cuckoo person in your brain, and the tasks that are at hand are not even that big of a deal, dude. They're not even that big of a deal, but you're like, oh my God, everything sucks. Just recently I went through the whole like overwhelm and emotional craziness with Whatnot. I was like, I'm not good at this. This is so much. No one wants to watch me. I only made $2. Like, dude, chill out, me, okay? You're making everything bigger than it needs to be, and you're gonna do great. You just gotta keep going. The way to fix the emotional overwhelm is to let yourself be crazy for 5 minutes. Let yourself go through it. Take a deep breath. Find yourself in the space that you are in and go, I'm feeling this way. What am I going to do to make this issue that is at hand, that is causing this emotion, stop and change in a more positive light? I was feeling extremely overwhelmed by the whatnot shipping. I had a moment where I cried and I went crazy about it. And then I went, okay, now what am I going to do to fix this? I am going to watch some YouTube videos, give myself a little information overwhelm, and utilize the practices that they have and find out what works for me. Now I have an amazing system. I get my stuff done ASAP, quickly, with no frustration, no emotional overwhelm. I don't even have an emotion with it anymore. I just move forward. This was something that would cause tears and is now not even something that regulates on my body. Are you leaving me? Emotional overwhelm is the hardest of all of these things to overcome. It will never go away, but what you can do is get better and better at regulating yourself. The faster that you can bounce back to zero, you're really happy, you're really low. The faster that you're able to just go right back to the middle. Every person, no matter how successful they are, has their high highs and has their low lows. But the difference is how quickly you can just go right on back to just being ready to rock and roll and move forward from that problem. It's like that saying, if someone stole 17 cents out of your bank account, are you going to spend, $2,000 so you can get back that 17 cents or whatever? Or are you going to just lose that 17 cents and then just move on forward and save yourself the $2,000? If you think of the cents and the dollars as in minutes or time or seconds, then you're like, oh snap, I'm being a silly willy goose and I'm not going to give up the rest of my day for something that made me mad for 2 seconds. Like you just go, oh, that sucks. So remember, breathe deeply. Find yourself in your body, feel your breath, count through it, imagine yourself just going, I'm breathing in, I'm breathing out. This is what's going on externally that is causing this internal emotion. What can I do to fix this problem? This is something I've really started to master, and I can get myself back to zero pretty quickly. I can go from crying like a psychopath to getting myself back in check within 15 minutes, and I am working towards making it 30 seconds. I want people to be like, she feels no emotion. No. I do feel emotion. I feel it so deeply. The difference is that I don't let it waste more time than it needs to. So let's go for a little walk outside and conclude. So here's what I've learned. All of these different types of overwhelm really all work together. They are one. They are one overwhelm that is our lives. You're trying to make too many decisions. You're trying to take on too many tasks. You're trying to learn too much in a short period of time, and you don't have enough time. But when you identify which one of these Booster, want a treat? You want food? Booster, I gotta film the rest of this video. Come here. Then you can bark. I don't care. But when you identify which one of these overwhelms is really causing you stress and causing your life issue, then you are really able to funnel in, find that specific area, and then work your way out of that emotion that you're dealing with. Decision overwhelm needs framework. Task overwhelm needs prioritization. Time overwhelm needs boundaries. Information overwhelm needs curation. Last but not least, emotional overwhelm needs processing. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to do a quick once over of your life. I want you to identify which one of these overwhelms is really your bottleneck. Let's bring it back, your bottleneck. Are you drowning in decisions? Do you not have enough time to be able to get the tasks that you need done? Are you just emotionally overwhelmed with all of the decisions that you have going on? What is it? What one of these little overwhelms is really just causing a hindrance to your life and your business and your family and your time? Because remember, time is the currency that you cannot get back. Shoot, drop a comment below and let me know which one of these is really causing you issue, and maybe I can help you work through it. And if not me, maybe somebody else that's going through one of those overwhelms or has gone through one of those overwhelms can help you move forward and get out of it. We're all in this together, baby. And remember, no one has it all figured out. Somebody might be able to make something look amazing on social media or on YouTube, and I am here, and my reason for this channel is to let you guys know we're all a bunch of chaos goblins just trying to figure stuff out day by day by day by day by day. If someone acts like they have it all figured out and their life is perfect, I can tell you it ain't. Okay? It is not. Be okay with living in your chaos and going through the emotions. Remember, do better, be better, continuously improve. I love you guys. I will talk to you later. See ya. Bye.